Hello there, this is Ahmad. And this is Zain, Ahmad's nephew. One day, Ahmad had to work overseas for a year. Ahmad gave his BMW 7 Series car. And also he gave relevant documents to his nephew, Zain, to be looked after and to renew the insurance. Zain was a car dealer, sold the car to Babu. When Ahmad came back to Malaysia, he was very angry with Zain. And he wishes to know whether the sale of his car is valid or not. From that situation, what are the issues that we can state according to law? Whether Zain has the ownership of the car, or whether Zain sales in Ahmad's car valid or not. Next, whether the buyer, Babu, get the ownership of the car? Or whether the contract between Zain and Babu is valid or not. What type of law can we use to settle this case? Let's see right through. At Section 4(1) of the Sale of Goods Act 1957 provides, a contract whereby the seller transfer or agrees to transfer the property in goods to the buyer for a price. In transfer of title, the general rule is no one can give what he does not have. A seller, who does not own the goods, cannot transfer the title to the goods to the buyer. For example, A stole the car and sold it to B. In this situation, A does not have the title to the car, therefore, B also would not get a title to the car even though had paid for it. Under Section 27 of the SOGA, 1957 provides where goods are sold by a person who is not the owner thereof, and who does not sell them under the authority or with the consent of the owner, the buyer acquires no better title to the goods than the seller had. Plus, in exceptions to nemo dat quod non habet rule under sale by a mercantile agent. Proviso to Section 27, where a mercantile is, the consent of the owner, in possession of the goods. Any sale made by him shall be valid as if he were expressly authorized by the owner of the goods to make the same. Under this proviso, a number of requirements must be satisfied. At the time of the sale, the mercantile agent must be in possession of the goods or the document of title to the goods. The possession must be with consent of the owner. The mercantile agent sells the goods in the ordinary course of his business as mercantile agent. The buyer has acted in good faith and must not have knowledge of the agent's lack of authority to sell. This can be illustrated in the case of Lim Choi Lai v Zeno Limited 1964-30 M. L. J. 314. The fact of this case are that the chairman of the respondent company's board of directors had entered into an agreement with Ahmad, a contractor who secured contracts with Pedaling Jaya Authority for the construction of gutter. In this contract, the respondent was to provide Ahmad with the materials needed for the gutters and to fund the execution of the contract. It was later found out that Pedaling Jaya Authority had cancelled the contract with Ahmad after an argument. Ahmad had then sold the materials provided to him by the respondent to the appellant. The respondents then embarked in action for conversation. It was held that the materials were the property of the respondent and not Ahmad, for he was only a bailee at the time he sold them. Since Ahmad had no title to the materials, no title could be transferred to the appellant. What is the application of this case? In this case, Ahmad entrusted Zain to take care of the BMW 7 Series car and renew the insurance since he had been working abroad for a year. Later, when Ahmad returned to Malaysia, he was angry with Zain because he sold Ahmad's car to Babu. In this situation, Zain acting of selling Ahmad's car to Babu is not valid. It is because Zain sold Ahmad's car without his permission. The transaction will be valid if Zain followed the requirement as if he get the consent from owner. Thus, Ahmad did not give Zain his ownership of that goods, he only just simply asking him to watch it over for a year and renew the insurance. So, it means Zain did not have any right to sell Ahmad's car because he is not the owner of it, and you cannot sell goods if you are not the owner under Section 27 of the SOGA 1957. In conclusion, Zain transaction between Babu is not valid because he does not own any ownership on the car. The buyer also does not get the title even if he has paid for value in good faith.